Hello everyone, welcome back if you've been here already. So as you can tell, today's video is kind of a special one. I keep saying all my videos are special, but this one is special. Today's video is thanks to you. We've hit 500 subscribers here on my channel, and I did a poll on my community tab and I was asking you what would you like to see from me, and the winning choice was a tutorial landscape, guys, which I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I didn't even rehearse anything. I just prepared something for you here on a big lot, and from there we're gonna go. But I'm really happy that I've hit 500 subscribers. Thank you so much to each one of you for being here and for supporting me. That means the world to me, and that's great. Like 500 subscribers. Wow, thank you. Today we are gonna be doing a tutorial on landscape, but it's not gonna be something specific. I'm trying to cover a lot of aspects, but I won't be doing it much in detail and depth because this might be a series, you know. If you like it and I get good feedback on it, I will think about continuing with this series of tutorials, and we'll see how it goes, because I do enjoy landscape and it's my favorite thing to do in The Sims when I'm building, and I would love to make tutorials for you. I've got a lot of comments all the time on my posts and videos that my landscape is really nice, and then therefore I would love to show you how I'm doing it and what's my process of thinking and all of that kind of things. And also today I'm wearing a top with flowers, guys, because we're doing landscape, so why not bring some flowers in. And there you can see my plants as well. Basically I have built in Newcrest and I have come up with 4 builds, and I have divided all of them by this fence, the really low fence. Basically we have the same house 4 times, but it changes a bit. Like I changed the colors, and also I'm pretty sure I put some garage doors. They are improvised. I just built a simple house. We don't care about the inside. We're not talking about the inside at all, but it's pretty simple. There's a chimney, there is a front porch, and we have a backyard. This is our first build and will be just the most basic landscape we can do, okay? First of all, I do not go with the normal build and buy landscape that we have here. I do not like it, and it costs money in the game, so I always go with debug landscape. You might have heard of it. There is a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to access those kind of things. So basically what you want to do is hit your Control-Shift-C, guys, and then we have this pop right at the left corner top, and we want to just put the cheats in. I do have better build and buy from Maxis. I'm sorry. And what that does, basically, I don't have to put in this dialog box here all the time the cheats that I need. You just have it right here, and you just go here and it's here. So I have move objects on, and also if you go into the content filtering right here, I have the debug, live and live edit on. So that's what we'll be doing today, the debug and live edit. But just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna be showing you the cheats that we're putting in here. So first we need move objects on, which means that it will let us overlap stuff just like this door right here. As I said, Ctrl-Shift-C, guys, and then we will put bb.moveobjects on. That's basically what you type and hit enter on your keyboard. So next one would be show hidden objects, which is the debug menu. So we want bb.show hidden objects. Okay, and the last one that we want to put to access all the environment debug that we see around the world, it's bb.show live edit objects, guys. And that should be it. I will leave them down below. I always put them down below in the description of the video for you guys. After you've done that, you can press escape and that thing will disappear from there. And we want to go here in the search bar, and you just have to type debug, but I don't type the whole word. It's enough to just put an D, E, and B, and then you have that first thing down up there. You just click on it, and voila, you are in the fantasy world. I would say I love this debug object menu. It's just so great. And also with better build and buy, you can even do an organized debug, which means the Twisted Maxi took the time to put each object in here in categories of build and buy. So that's huge and I appreciate that. And if you want that, go for it. The first will be base game. Then we have all of the debug from the other packs. In case you didn't ever heard of it, it's right here. If you do not want to see all of this and it's way too overwhelming for you, all you have to do is filter just the packs you need. So you want to filter base game. For today I'm filtering base games, let's say. After you filter base game, you would like to go back in here and let's do it again. Go back in debug because now it's resetted, and you want to go here, search it, press, so it gets you right here where the debug begins. So you don't want to scroll through all of the base game items right here, guys. So I'm hitting search again and it got me to the debug. That's as easy as it can be. Moving on. Now we have this house, right? So if you want to make a pathway to a side gate of the backyard, I usually do those. I like them. I will think of a path here, and you can do it with flooring or terrain paint. Now let's go into the terrain paint. You have 3 types of terrain paint here. We have grass and flowers, then we have stone and pavement, and then we should have dirt and sand. I want to go with, I kind of like this one a lot. Today I'm just gonna pick up this desert river rock, guys, and from here I want to go down. I just pressed on my keyboard page down the key, so I went down here and I'm opening the grid again. In case you don't know how to hide the grid or make it come back on, it's just G on your keyboard. Basically that's what I'm doing. Usually if you want it to be completely accurate, that's the easiest you can do is take the square right here, and basically when you want to do it accurate as hell, you should put the softness on really intense. So basically, as soon as I put my cube, it's already there. It didn't take much time. See, that's basically it, and we just want to go with it. And now, maybe we want to go with not a perfectly accurate pathway, like really nice one towards the back door, which we don't have yet, but we will have soon. What you want to do with this one, it's too harsh to just do it like this in my opinion, so I usually just put it more past half the softness here towards the more thin one. So I'm just gonna do it like this, and I want to do smaller. Start it basically from here. It doesn't need to be perfect, actually. It really doesn't need to be perfect, believe me. So that's it. We have a pathway, guys. We've done the first step. I'm just gonna put a gate really fast, and see, now it's not lining with that, so I will go back into my terrain. From here, if you hold control on your keyboard, it gets the erasing tool, so you can just erase if you don't want to just go in here and keep on clicking on it. And now usually what I like to do is continue doing the pathway in the backyard. So I'm gonna move right here, and I pretty much wanna, I usually avoid putting pathways right next to the wall of the house. I just don't like how it looks. I like to put flowers, greenery around the walls of a house because, I don't know, it just looks better in my opinion. And so I'm avoiding that area right now, and I'm just doing it like this. If you want, you can make it even like this, so it looks like you still have something around this patio, I would say. So basically that's what we have for now. And next step, I just want to go ahead and make sure, is this what I want? Is this what I like? To be honest, yes, I like it. Just gonna redo it a bit here. Okay, with all being said, now we go into the catalog, the debug catalog, and we are into the debug world. So just letting you know, some items usually don't block the pathway of your sims because your sims just go through them, but there are cases where some items will block the path of your sims if that thing is even slightly in the way, and so that's annoying. Keep that in mind when you playtest your builds, just to make sure. The most basic thing you can do is always do edge next to the pathway with this grass, I would say. It doesn't have a name. It's this green patch of grass with really cute white flowers. I need to walk you through what I'm doing, I keep forgetting. You can size things down and up with your bracket keys. This is the default size. I just want to go ahead and do it like this. It's pretty simple. It's nothing hard in here. I'm just covering it till we get here, and now we have a nice area here. And usually I don't like to leave this spot empty here. It shows that it just ends here and goes like this. It's just pretty plain. So usually I would size this down 2 times and just cover it a bit. You don't need to do it specifically perfect, and you don't want to go with the same size through the entirety of this pathway because that looks way too basic. I'm just gonna put a slightly bigger one here so it breaks a bit the size of this and it doesn't look as simple and just copying over and over again. And here we need to decide. Usually I like to go with landscape here, cover as much as I can around the house with landscape, which in our case it's pretty great. It's an easy part to do right here, so I'm just gonna keep on going with those for now and sizing them a bit down because they are too big. Okay, so when we are here at the end, I would just want to put a whole one and usually just do it like this so it covers a bit more in here. And in here, when it stops so suddenly, I still do it again, but with just a slider one, just like this. It breaks a bit the pattern here. We could do that, and I would say we go with a big one here, and then again, to break that pattern that everything stops at the sudden point, we gonna size down another one and put it a bit in there. If you press Alt on your keyboard, I forgot to mention that, I'm really sorry. If you have move objects on that I told you about, you press Alt on your keyboard and then you can place freely. And if you even click left, you can rotate things, guys. So I did it a bit here, I did it a bit there, and now we have the front of the house. Next step, I always like to do the trees when I'm done with the landscape here for whatever reason. So this time, let's try to put the trees now. Obviously in the catalog, if you're looking through the debug menu, you have a lot of trees to choose from. If you keep on scrolling and scrolling, you also can go in the normal build and buy. Sometimes I like to use those because they have different shades than the ones in build and buy. I think I'm gonna go purely with the tree here. Usually I like to hide trees in the grass, to put grass around it or some flowers, because I don't like to have it right here, like with nothing around it. It's just so plain and simple and I don't like it. I want to make sure I'm scooping this, but not too much to get through the walls. So basically with Alt on your keyboard, we just scooping it a bit into the grass, or we scoop the grass more toward the tree. Next, I kind of like to put the roof up so I can have an overview on my build and how it looks with the roof, with the trees and everything. I want to size down this tree. It gives a bit of variety in your landscape when you try to use different trees, and you can always size them down. I think I want to put it right here to just show that we don't have this sudden end between the wall and the fence here. I'm just gonna cover it with this tree and checking it's not getting through the wall. Good. And now we cannot see that anymore and it looks so much better. Maybe we try this one as well. Why not? And this time I'm gonna put it just here in the corner. I know that's a bold choice because it's so empty here, right? But That's why sometimes I like to just put grass under the tree, as I already told you with the other one, so the tree doesn't get plain. See the difference? Next step that I want to do and I like to do is picking up filling landscape, like flower. Usually you don't want to go with a lot of colors and a lot of varieties because it gets overwhelming and it just doesn't look right. I'm usually going with a lot of plants from the beginning of the debug menu right here. Love to go with this one, and you can have swatches on them that are pretty nice and not present in the build and buy menu. I'm gonna take the pink, I'm gonna put it here at the corner. I will try to put a few big ones among the landscape and then smaller ones, like I just size them down to bring a bit of dimension into my landscape. Next, I like to take this one as well. It's really small, it goes really nice next to the big ones. I'm just putting it here so we don't have just grass here that ends like that. And then I want to bring this back here and just try to put it more close to the pathway, or maybe here. Let's put it here, right here. And there are those there's this group of stones, guys, in the debug menu, and you can just go ahead and put it around so you have something and not just grass and all of that. And as always, with Alt and click, you rotate items how you want it, and basically you're getting closer and closer to something in here. Next, I like to use this, I don't know what is this, I will just call it, I don't know what to call it. Either in this, but it's covering the windows and I don't like that. I mean, the window. I sized it down one time, I put it here. I still want to go with a bit of diversity in here. I'm gonna go with the slight smaller one of those bushes that I put already in pink, but make it smaller. So I'm going again with this one that I showed you earlier. And when you don't know how to fill the space anymore, you go back to the green grass if you like it, and you just put it here like this. Or you're just going in here in the build and buy landscape, and I'm taking those. Usually they are nice and they are filling the space really nice. Maybe a bit in there, let's say. Let's just fill a bit in here as well, so it's not as empty. You don't need to go only with this grass if you don't like it. You can just fill in a bit with some flowers, so you don't have to fill with a lot of bushes of flowers. I have come back into the debug menu and I scrolled a bit, and I like to put a lot. It's one of the things that I really like. Those kind of tall shrubs, are they called shrubs? But I like to put them always next to the entryway, like next to the stairs if there will be some stairs here. So what I want to do is just put it here, rotate it a bit. If you want to put it on the other side as well, it looks a bit weird, both the same size, so I would go a bit smaller with the bracket key once again and scooping it in there, and that's it. Next step is to cover a bit next to the walls. I like to cover this side of the wall. If you keep on scrolling, it's around here at the desert, at the Oasis Springs landscape debug menu. It's basically this one. So I like to size it down. It's way too big. I size it down like 2 times. After I size it down 2 times, I'm carefully scooping in next to the wall, and we've covered this portion here. Put it here as well. So we size it down again and take it over again. By the way, if you have the organized debug filter here from the Better Build and Buy mod, you can just multiply those with the tool, with the multiply tool. Now I have it here, and here we've reached again this area that I talked about that I like to put next to doorways, pathways. I like to put this tree, shrub, tree, I don't know. And here we want a bit of something. Usually I would maybe put a tree, but we already have trees on the outside. So what I want to do, take another tree and just put it behind the fence this time. You can even make it smaller like this, so then it will be like this. And you can rotate it obviously, and now we have a tree there and it looks better. Now I will take again this plant. It's not gonna make your landscape too overwhelming. Works in a lot of places. Usually I try to put it again in here to break the pattern here. I will take it again here, as I said earlier, and I will put it here as well. Before we finish with the front landscape, I will show you some. So we don't have any hanging plants in the base game, guys, but we do have in the debug menu, which are those 3. I love to use them a lot in my save file that I'm working on at the moment. If you want to check it out, you can check out my channel. I have a playlist with the builds that I'm doing so far in Willow Creek. I'm using those a lot. You need to raise them. And how do we do that? We move objects on. What I want to do is press Control and then the 9 key. Right now I'm raising it. I keep pressing 9 till I see it. You need the Sims 3 camera mode, guys. I'm just saying it really fast in here. When you turn that on, you can do all sorts of things. Rotate your camera so you can see the top of the trim. So now I keep on going and now I see it's there and now I just scoop it in. And then there is this pretty one with the pink flowers and also this. Now we move to the backyard. So what do we want to do in the backyard? As I told you, I want to put plants next to the wall. You can either go with simple bushes or you can go with the flower ones, which I really like here in the debug menu. You can choose a lot of shades and colors. So I'm just scooping them again with my Alt key, but first it size them down because they're too big. To make it look better, you don't need to just put them next to each other like this. You have that line between them, so just scoop them inside each other so it looks like a continuous wall. And always when you get to the corner, try to scoop your bush a bit on the outside, so then I can come with this one and I can do it here, a connecting corner. Now we have a nice continuous flower arrangement next to the wall. Here, when I usually have this kind of space here, I go again with this grass that I showed you. I like to size it down, and usually I like to put it at corners of the pathway, like rounded corners or normal corner. I will get it one more time and try to put it here so it goes in here. See, it goes under the bushes. So also you can do it like this, and then here you can go with whatever you would like. I will go with this again because I just like it so much. I used to, when I started building in The Sims, I used to try to cover everything with plants and flowers, but this time we won't be doing that. This time we're trying to go easy on that. I will go again with the grass here, guys. I told you I just think it looks really good at the base of the trees. I want it a bit bigger so it covers a bit more in it, just like that. And now I'm just gonna take this on white, make it smaller because it's way too big. If it's that big, it's covering a lot of our grass, and then it defeats the purpose of putting that grass in the bigger size to do a bit of landscape in this corner. Let's do it like this. Maybe we can even scoop it like this. And tree got through the flowers up, right? I would say this house, based on the front, it looks so nice, pretty simple. Maybe I would like to go with the same kind of a bit overgrown backyard as well. So we're trying again with the grass. The grass, guys, I just cannot stop using it, as you can see. That looks nice. And I do it smaller again so we break that pattern, and we don't want all of them to be big, so we want a bit of dimension in our landscape, as I said. Now I'm just gonna take a tree. You can use again and again the trees you used already. It's not a problem. You just want to give that real feel to the home, that it's a real home, and never try to make your house look perfectly fine and not covered by the trees. It gives a bit of realism to your house if you put the trees so close that you cannot see maybe a bit of the house and stuff like that. It looks a bit more realistic. If you do understand what I'm saying, it's up to you. You can do that. Sometimes I do that. What I want to do, usually I go with trees right at the corners of the fence because they are pretty basic. I'm just gonna go with the tree here. I'm rotating it and we have a tree now. This time I'm taking this tall one and I'm going with it right here because, as you can see, we barely have anything close to the house here, so it looks way too empty. So I'm taking this tree, I'm rotating it. I can even make it smaller, but I do not wish to do that. And now it's giving a bit more shape, a bit more realism to our house. So what I want to do next is go again with the grass, guys. You know it, we love our grass. I'm just gonna scoop it here like this for this pretty basic corner here. Usually it's at the back of the house, so we don't want to leave it empty. I don't really like putting stuff in here. Maybe you can put a trash bin there. Let's actually do that. What I want to do is continue with the pathway then there, right? Because we need a pathway. So I'm just gonna go with it smaller. We can turn on the grid if we want with G, or don't. I like to not. I do this circle smaller because now we need a smaller pathway. It doesn't need to be perfect, guys. It doesn't need to be perfect. So now that we have a pathway there, that looks better. I must do it. I size it down 2 times because I like it smaller. Now I'm just putting a bit of plants in here. Usually when I have such a awkward corner in here that I don't know what to do with it, so I'm just gonna go again with this shrub tree, and I like to put them in the corners like this. It's been always such a great thing helping me with such awkward corners, like inside corners in here, because we have this perfectly, I don't know how to say, side space. We could go with the bush, guys. I'm just gonna go take the one that I used at the front, which is around here, the Oasis Springs debug menu. If it's not enough, as you just saw, if I do it bigger, it's too big. If I do it like this small, it's too small. So I just want to put it like this. Take this same one again, size it down again, and now we just put it again here, so it goes right at the end of the wall. So now we have a perfectly fine bush. Boom. We have so much more space left. But usually I don't try to overdo it, or usually this would be part of our landscape here, but also you can do like a pool here. Let's do that actually. I'm taking the pool tool. I'm just gonna put a pool here like this. That would work. Maybe we do it a bit like that. And now, usually I like to go with bushes around it to cover it around because it looks really nice in my opinion. I will go get the debug bush, size it down 2 times and scoop it with our Alt key, and we have that. We can cover this whole space with bushes. I usually do that, but I don't want to overdo it, so I will do it only on this side of the fence right here. Now that we've done it, we have this right now. What I want to do next is maybe bring a bit of diversity in here. We can go with other kind of plants as well. Maybe if we put a bit of stones. Oh, that looks better. You can even size them down if you want to do a bit of more, which I'm doing right now to show you. See, it works just fine. I think I would like now to go with the terrain paint. I usually like to do it at the end when I'm done with the landscape. Now I just want to go take my terrain paint. So what do we want under our plants is obviously dirt. I mean, if you want something else, go ahead, you do you. For now, let's just go with this one. And usually, to be sure I'm not making too harsh, like such harsh mistakes, I'm trying to put it at the end, or at least one time next to the end, and do it bigger for those areas, because if you do it with the small one, we don't finish till tomorrow. So now I'm just slowly doing it. And where I have foundation, I'm always trying to bring a bit of shade. Make sure you have the middle of the circle on the foundation, like around here. So you just do it slightly. I hope you can see that it's being slightly made in there. See, I'm just clicking really soft here to cover this thing that's happening in here. I usually go on the side of the pavement, terrain tool, pathway, whatever you want to call it. I will go even at the end with the softness here, so it gives a bit more better view into it. So that's it. Just to show that you are breaking this like pathway. Yeah. Okay, now we have this area here. I want to do it again, do a bit of a contour around the pathway, and that should be it. Now I want to take the bigger circle again because I told you it's easier. I'm going with the softness 1 time down again, so I'm doing pretty easy this side here. I just do it like this with the dirt. I do it around here. You can do the circle smaller so it doesn't look too much on the outside when you do it, and go ahead and do it at the base of the bushes. So if I don't do it, it's pretty wide. It looks like it's just way too perfect to be true, so that's why I'm doing it with the dark here. Now we got to the big part. Again, it's easy. You just go with the bigger circle and you want to do this. We want to do the side of the house, guys. Just trying to not make you dizzy. I'm rotating my camera all the time. I hope I do not make you feel sick. In here, we've got to this corner here. I just want to go do it like this, just around the plants. And you never want to do it like too harsh on the outside. I'll show you what I mean. Like this. That it just stops here. It just doesn't look right. I always try to bring it close to the edge of the plant. Just like this. Okay, here we take the bigger circle. We don't want to spend too much time here. And do not be scared. I used to be scared that always this is so visible here that it looks ugly, but it's normal. It's soil. It's normal to be seen. I'm bringing it again slightly to the edge of the plant. And look how nice shade we have now. Same goes here. If you're not confident, do it with the smaller circle. But I'm going like this. And in here, it's pretty simple. Do it just a little bit. We don't want to do it too harsh. And now, as I told you, the side of the pathway to give it a bit of realism and it doesn't look so plain. And let's make sure we are at the end of the line here with the softness. Let's just make sure we go with that at the end. And now I go slowly. So what you want to do is center this point of the circle on the right on the edge of your pathway, basically. So it gives a bit of this dirt on the pathway and a bit next to it. Now I do the same here. And that's much better. I'm taking a bigger circle. I'm going one time down. It depends on you. I used to go for so long time building with it at fully softness, how much it takes till it does something. When I'm not sure about sides, I just click it. Click, 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 just to make sure I like it. Then when I'm confident enough, I go in here with my circle. Here I'm taking care, again, as I said, edges. We want to bring it only to the edge. If you think like this doesn't look too realistic to you guys, you can always go full with the softness here and just slowly but surely click. I clicked one time and I really fast went over it to give it a bit more like worn out vibes. So click and really fast go with it. If you stay and do it slow, look how strong it does it. So you need to do it really fast here to make it look not so plain, and it looks like there's just something weird here, just those lines, and then the cracks perfectly fine. Make sure it's on full here, softness. Taking a big circle and I'm doing slightly clicks. That's how it looks after. Here it's not necessary, but if you want to, you can always do that just to bring a bit of shade. Now that we've done that, right? I was like, where is my bush? But there's no bush here. We forgot something. We didn't see anything, okay? I meant to do that. Next step is to talk about the fence, the edge of your lot. I used to be always covering it with bushes around, and it started looking so pretty damn exhausting. Filling every empty corner does never make it better. What I want to do is I'm taking my terrain paint, make sure it's at the end. At the end. I don't want to go more than that, you know? And with our circle, if you don't feel confident, do it smaller. It helps. I just want to do again what I did here on the pathway, and I just want to go gently over it, like really fast. Not keep it there, but go fast. So once I press, I go really fast. I don't stay, I don't wait. That's what I want to do, because we don't want to make it look forced. We just want to give it a bit of shape, because it's like it's so plain here. It just looks like it's the fence and then nothing. So that's what I want to do. Now I will do the same here. Press and go. Don't wait. It will do it really strong if you wait. Press and go. Press and go. Now I want to do this here because it looks so weird. Click, 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 click. As soon as you start putting furniture in here, it won't look as plain anymore. Okay guys, so I went and did a bit of work off camera so I can show you the final results. As I said, as soon as we enter the backyard here in this empty, awkward space, I wanted to put some planter boxes. And then as I'm moving in towards the back, maybe there's a kid in this household, so I put a monkey bar here just to cover that area there. Here we have a bit of lunch area, a barbecue area, and then we have this sitting area here because it was empty, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna put the sitting area as well. I just put a small platform foundation next to it so your Sims can get in through the ladder. And look at this view, guys. That's it, guys. That's pretty simple. You have a bit of everything in here and it's playable. So basically that's just landscaping for the most basic house you can do landscape for. I do hope that was helpful. Whenever I had people telling me, oh, you're so good at landscaping, I could never do that. My advice is just keep on trying. Try to most of the times look at other creators in their speed builds, their videos, their content, and try to see what they are doing. Try to remake that in your game. It's not something bad. It's not like you're, oh, I'm copying. You're just taking inspiration, and that helps you to get better at it. And that's what I did. I watched a lot of Deligracy, James Turner, Lil Simsy, Christine Marie. So when I started around 2019, and along the way I have learned, and I always saw other people what they are doing on their like posts on Instagram. Always try to get inspiration from others. That's how it goes. Practice more and more and more and more. Do as you please. If you want to put a lot of color in there, put a lot of color. That was my journey as well. I have switched a lot through my journey of landscaping, building, and all of that. It takes time. So with all being said, guys, I do really hope this helped you. As always, I'm happy that you're here. Thank you again for the 500 subscribers. I will come with the other parts as well next time. I will see you in the next tutorial in part 2. I cannot wait for our next session. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope I'll see you in my next video, and do let me know down in the comments what you think of it. And as always, I wish you a great rest of your day. I hope to see you in my next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye, everyone.